my problem with a lot of conservatives, Republicans, the whining over Trump. It's just like he's the guy. You don't it doesn't matter what you think. He's the guy. He's the person that the heavy majority of everybody on the non-leftist side are going to support. And I'm so tired of like well, Donald Trump is mean, or Donald Trump has tweets, or he's unprofessional, or it's whatever. It's like, shut the fuck up. We are battling something that's far beyond what's right in front of you or your sensitive old head feelings. Donald Trump is the man. Donald Trump is the man that's going to be the nominee. Nobody's going to stop him, and no amount of complaining or crying about him is going to change that fact. That's just a reality of the situation. And there's bigger battles to fight than Donald Trump if you're a non-leftist. That is how it is.
True.
And I've seen so many people that grift off MAGA when it's convenient for them, and then of course they want to sit there and start crying about Trump, the next day. And it's like it just in life, there's not a single human being on this planet that you are going to agree with 100% of the time. It's not going to happen. There are going to be people, no matter what, no matter how much you agree on stuff, there's always going to be differences of opinions. It really just comes down to the bigger picture that people need to start seeing. And, that's, like I have disagreements with Trump. I
Of
made a video. I
course.
made a
Yeah.
video on Geeks and Gamers, like calling him out over his horrible video game takes, his boomer level video game takes. This was years ago. I got a
What do you
lot of
expect?
pushback.
He's like
So I know,
70
I
something.
know.
How he's not gonna be like he's not gonna be up on everything. I'm just amazed when anyone over 70 can remember their
I,
passwords. Like,
I'm I'm
it
amazed.
saves
I'm
him.
amazed that Trump has his finger on the pulse on as many things as he does, considering his age and how many things he has
Yeah.
going on. Because it is kind of crazy how still has his finger on the pulse on a lot of things. And being almost 77, I think 78, the fact that he still has his finger on the pulse is pretty amazing. To be
He's
fair,
very
it really is.
impressive for his age,
Hmm.
and I
Yeah,
feel like I mean, I'm not the smartest political person, as everyone knows, but I just think in terms of Trump, I feel 2 ways about it. Like, in one way, yeah, Trump is kind of daddy, and you might hate him, you might like him at times, but you know what? He's he's the dude, like you said, and I also feel more importantly, if we just if Trump just loses and we kind of all forget about him, it's like, I think there needs to be accountability for what happened, it's in 2020, and it's like, are we just gonna forget? Are we just gonna and not
can't
like
can't.
the elections, not like and I'm gonna be so careful about my words here because we're on
Yeah,
YouTube, but, like, not like what happened in 2020 was a new thing. There has always been shenanigans in elections, but it would be very easy to sweep all that under the rug, if we're just gonna be like, Sorry, Trump's got too much baggage. He can't be our guy. We gotta move on." And there's a lot of people that I respect who hate Trump and would not vote him and think he's just got too much wrong, and we gotta move on to somebody but you're never gonna have a political candidate who is, like, clean and perfect, so
but the fact is Trump is the cleanest political candidate we've ever seen. And I talked about this on CobraCast last night. I said it. If you go back to 2016, when Trump started, I didn't know if he was serious about running for president. I had no idea. But once he started running, I remember they're going like all his taxes, infidelity, all this allegations. And I'm like, dude, Trump's been like Trump's been like one of the most famous people on the planet my entire life. He's been a billionaire. He's been a real estate person. He's been a reality star. Trump has had his hands in a lot of stuff. Like once they start peeling the layers of the onion back on this guy, I'm worried of what they're going to find. They found nothing. He's the
Right.
most investigated human being on the planet. He has the most powerful people in the world with the most money and the most resources gunning for him. Every move he makes, every phone call he takes, every conversation, every interaction is under scrutiny like nobody else. And they can't find anything on him. It's truly one of the most astonishing things I've ever seen in my life that this guy has no real skeletons in the closet. It is astonishing. And that's to me is probably the most impressive thing. And the fact that he's in his 70s and he's still moving forward and he doesn't let any of it knock him. Like he's only a human being. Like, how does he keep moving forward? I don't know. It is wild. It
I
really
think
is.
it really is. I think he has learned a lot of lessons from his when he was last in office, because I think he's kind of held it together really well, and despite, all the lawsuits, like, I don't think he's been in too much trouble. I think he's kept his cards pretty close to his chest. I think he has better it seems like he's got better people around him already, and, I'm just like I'm like, "Man, how are the Democrats gonna fuck this up? Like, how are they gonna do it this time?" Not to be cynical and black-pilled about it, but I do think, like, I
Oh,
really
it's
wanna see some
2024 has been
accountability.
2024 is gonna be wild.
I wanna see, like, I know that he was kind of stifled in a lot of ways when he was president by who was surrounding him, and it's just like, "Ooh, how is he gonna correct that this time around?" And every poll I see is like, "Well, he's up." Well, polls don't mean anything. It's like, ugh, it's nerve-wracking. You gotta believe that you still have to vote and that your voice still matters and you have to participate.
Yeah, I mean, the polls they don't truly mean anything, but what does mean something is when Trump can go to literally anywhere unannounced, and pull 20,000 people at a rally. There's not another person that can do this all across the country consistently with just, "Hey, I'm gonna be here," and you got 20,000 people are showing up. That's not no other politician can do that. There are 2 people right now in this world that are head and shoulders above the rest in terms of their influence, their power, and their reach, and it's Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Those 2 guys are just on another level. No other nobody's even close. I think Valuetainment did a top 50 most, important, media influencers of 2023, and Elon was 1, Trump was 2, and then, weirdly enough, they had Bob Iger as 3, which I think is nonsense
Why?
because of Disney, so the power
Okay.
of Disney, which, and I think who was 4? I can't remember. Joe Rogan was 5. I think number 4 was the guy that runs Netflix, but,
Okay.
so, yeah, so the polls don't mean anything, but the reality of what you see with your own eyes means everything, and Trump has, like, a college football fan base. They follow him everywhere he goes, and no other politician has that. It's not even close.
Right, and you look at why Elon and Trump, why are they so popular? What do they both have in common? They speak to the common man.
Yeah.
They don't have their PR teams. They don't have people tweeting for them. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they are surrounded by handlers, but they know how to stay in touch with the American people.
Well, yeah, I
They're
mean,
accessible.
they don't like most people in their position play it safe. These guys have put their necks on the line. Like Elon Musk went from, again, just like Trump, he went from the mainstream and Hollywood's darling to basically public enemy number 1 when he purchased Twitter. And
Right.
I have my own issues with Elon as well, but I think Elon is a net positive and he's doing a lot. I think, like, I talked about this yesterday too, like Teslas scare the fuck out of me. I don't want to drive a Tesla. I don't like the idea of a self-driving car. I want my hands on the wheel. I want to be in control because I see a world in like 20 years where we don't even drive our cars anymore, and
I
and
hate
we're told
that.
and then you're allowing the powers that be can go flip a switch and make your car drive you somewhere you don't want to go, and you're locked in the car. Like, that's a terrifying reality, and that's what I feel is happening and what's going to happen in the future. Um, but at the end of the day, what he did with Twitter, and I'm still calling it Twitter.
Me too. I'm never gonna
I
call it
can't.
X.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
can't.
I've been seeing a lot of these bumper stickers on Teslas. It's I bought this before we knew Elon was crazy. What a stupid thing to do. I just think this is the most cucked thing. Like, return your damn Tesla then, if
Oh
you
my
have such a
gosh,
problem. There's
man.
gotta be other electric vehicles on the market.
It
No,
it really it really is amazing, man. But, like, and these are people that, like, that they're constantly apologizing for whatever, and it's like, how about you just stand by what you think, quit worrying about, like, I'm not this is why the reason I talk about Trump so much is because people tell me to stop talking about Trump. Fuck off. fuck off. The more you tell me not to do something, the more I'm going to do it. I don't give a shit what somebody's opinion of me is if they're going to judge me on a single stance. I don't give a damn. I will talk about Trump all fucking day long, just in spite of you at that point. If I'm driving a Tesla and somebody's mad because Elon bought Twitter and said something weird on Twitter and they want to come at me plain, I'll tell them to go fuck themselves. I don't care. It's why I play gay ass Fortnite all the time, because people keep telling me to stop playing it. Like, quit worrying about what weak people think about your opinions on a Tesla. Oh my God. Fuck them.
Elon is kind of being attacked with the same energy they used against Trump, like just sort of blanket insults, weak statements like, "Oh, he's white supremacist." Like it's crazy. If you actually go deep into kind of very leftist Twitter, it's insane the things they're saying about Elon, like, oh, and reasons people give for not using Twitter anymore. And it's like, my God, you forget how out of touch
Yeah.
a lot of people are.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, like I showed the video of like these freaks, man. Like my first real interactions of or knowing about Elon Musk, because I already heard the name, but I didn't really know a lot about Elon Musk outside of like him being, like the SpaceX guy and the Tesla guy. I never had any interest in Tesla. And then he did a meme review with PewDiePie, and PewDiePie had him on his show. And that's really where Elon really started kind of,
Hmm.
I started to pay attention to Elon Musk. I'm like, if Elon Musk is doing meme review with Pewds, he's got to be pretty badass. And, but I remember at that time, he was a Hollywood guy. Like people like Alyssa Milano were like worshiping Elon Musk. They were worshiping him, like, oh, thank you, Elon. We love you, Elon. Hollywood loved him. And again, the same thing. I played this clip of Trump on the with the View ladies like years and years ago.
Oh, that's a great
Joy
clip.
Behar called him a wonderful human being and a wonderful American. They were touching his hair, and he leaned over and kissed Barbara Walters and called her sexy. And she was like,
Oh,
she was melting in his arms. She was melting in his arms. And suddenly the NPC download happens. Elon buys Twitter. Trump runs for president as a Republican. And suddenly the NPC download is, we all have to hate him now. It's a weird dynamic. A weird dynamic.
yeah. My main reason for loving Trump is because, like, when you zoom out, you're like, okay, he's also he's definitely rich. He's definitely part of the elite. Okay. I think a lot of it is they can't control him. It's like, okay, why? And then I think about like, well, Trump is not a stand-up comic. Like when I think about like what Trump has done kind of for comedy and culture generally, Trump in a sense represented punching down kind of in a way that we don't see from a lot of leftists. Like when he made headlines for when he was sort of mocking the handicapped reporter. He's mocked kind of migrants. He's been very honest about the wall. He mocked Rosie O'Donnell. You're not supposed to make fun of women or fat women. And which is really, he was honest. And it's something leftists are afraid to do, whether they're comedians or not. Leftists are also generally afraid to make any type of racist joke unless they're part of that specific group, or of course, it's just generally directed at white people. And Trump really he just took the lid off that, and it was so refreshing to people, and that's part of his charm. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right, love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Come and get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.